Welcome to another session of Grade 9 Mathematics, Chapter 5, Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. Dear students, in this second part of the chapter, we shall discuss in detail and understand the Euclid's postulates. Before getting into the detailed understanding of the 5 postulates given by Euclid, let us try to recall how Euclid referred postulates to. According to Euclid, postulates are assumptions strictly made on the basis of geometry. So, postulates are basically statements which were assumptions made on the basis of geometry, strictly on the basis of geometry. Now, this is something that we have learned in the first session of this chapter. Let us now quickly get into the first postulate given by Euclid. Euclid's postulate number 1 states that a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. Now, in simpler words, what he wanted to say was, say you have got two distinct points, you can have only and only one line which would pass through these two distinct points. As you can see in the figure, I have a point P and I have another point Q. There is only one line which is possible which passes through both the points P and Q. This is what Euclid wanted to say through his first postulate by stating that a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. That is one definite line. I hope the first postulate is clear to you. Now let us try to get into the second postulate that was given by Euclid. Postulate number 2 given by Euclid. It states that a terminated line can be produced indefinitely. Let us try to understand this statement with the help of a figure. Now, if you could look into the figure, AB is basically a terminated line to begin with. What Euclid wanted to say through his second postulate was that AB, the terminated line, can be extended. That is, can be produced means can be extended on either sides indefinitely. I hope you are now clear with postulate number 2 of Euclid. The third postulate of Euclid states that a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. Now, this is something that we have already realized in our previous grades. You can draw a circle with any point as center and of any radius. So I can draw a circle of radius of 4 centimeter. I can even draw a circle with any center and having a radius of say 6 centimeter also. So this is what Euclid wanted to convey through his postulate number 3. Now let us get into postulate number 4 given by Euclid, which states that all right angles are equal to one another. I repeat, all right angles are equal to one another. Let us understand this statement with the help of a diagram. Now, as you could see here, we have got two triangles. The first one is triangle ABC and the second one is triangle PQR. Over here, you can realize that angle B and angle Q are mentioned to be equal to right angles. That is to be equal to 90 degree. So we can say yes, angle B is equal to angle Q because both are equal to 90 degree, which are right angles. This is what Euclid wanted to convey through his postulate 4 by saying that all right angles will be equal to one another, as all right angles would be equal to the same measure, that is 90 degree. So students, now let us get into the fifth and the last postulate given by Euclid in this chapter. According to postulate number 5 of Euclid, it states that if a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of the angle is less than two right angles. I totally understand that this statement is a bit lengthy one. So let us try to decode the meaning of this postulate with the help of a figure. So now let us try to understand it. As per the statement of postulate 5, let us take this is that straight line that is falling on two straight lines. So this is a straight line that is falling on the other two straight lines. So the other two straight lines are, one is this, the other one is this. It says that if a straight line falling on the other two straight lines, and then if the interior angles are less than two right angles. So the interior angles over here are x and y. So if the sum of these interior angles are less than two right angles. So a right angle is 90. So two right angles will be 180. So in short, what they wanted to say is, if a straight line falls on another two straight lines, such as this, then if the sum of the interior angles, that is x and y, the sum is x plus y, happens to be less than two right angles, then these straight lines will be produced and they will meet indefinitely. You can understand this with a figure given below. The same figure has been mentioned over here, where x plus y, the interior angles, is less than two right angles, less than 180. You can see over here that these two straight lines have been produced, or when extended, they meet at a definite point. And they meet at a point which is on the same side wherein the interior angle is less than 180. They don't meet on this side. They meet at the side wherein the interior angles are less than 180. So x and y is over here, and these two straight lines, when produced indefinitely, will meet at the same side. This is what Euclid's postulate number 5 wanted to convey. Let me repeat again. It says, when you have got a straight line falling on two more straight lines, and if the interior angles make up less than two right angles, that is less than 180, then those two straight lines, when produced indefinitely, will meet on the same side wherein the interior angles were less than 180. I hope now, yes, the lengthier statement of postulate 5 is clear to you all. So I hope you have understood all the 5 postulates given by Euclid. Kindly learn it thoroughly. So this is all for this part of the chapter. Take care of yourself until we meet next time with another session. Thank you.